Alarific day, my dear students. I'm Mr. Roque, and I would like to welcome you to our Technology and Livelihood Education Co-Curriculum class. I am happy and glad to see all of you. I am expecting that you keep your learning packets beside you to guide you for our lesson today. Are you ready? Me too. To start the lesson, let me give you the content standard, performance standard, and the specific learning objectives for today's lesson. For the content standard, the learners demonstrate understanding in preparing and cooking cereals and starch dishes. For the performance standard, the learners independently prepares and cooks cereals and starch dishes. Our lesson will be based on the learning competency LO1, perform Mise and Plus, with a subskill of 1.2, determine the sources and kinds of starch and cereals. At the end of the lesson, we have expected the specific learning objectives. Number 1, enumerate the sources, classifications, and functions of starch. Number 2, classify cereals from starch as well as its examples. Number 3, value the importance of cereal and starch in food preparation. Before we proceed to our discussion today, let us review different tools and equipment used in the kitchen. Are you ready? Me too. Look at the words tool and equipment written in the boxes. In each, there is a question to be answered. Remember, you have to answer 4 out of 6 questions. I will give you 5 seconds to think for the right answer. Write the answer in your activity notebook, and you may also type your answer in the comment section below. Ready? Let's go. For tool number 1, the question is, it is used for beating egg whites, egg yolk, creams, and mayonnaise. A. Colander. B. Mixing bowl. C. War whip. Or letter D. Wooden spoon. You have 5 seconds to think for the right answer, and you may now write your answer in the comment section below. And timers, the correct answer for that is letter C. War whip. Question number 2 or tool number 2. It is used for measuring dry and liquid ingredients that requires a huge amount. A. Saucepan. B. Tongs. C. Measuring cup. Or letter D. Measuring spoon. You have your 5 seconds. Very good. You got it? The correct answer is letter C. Measuring cup. Okay? Equipment number 1. The question for equipment number 1 is a chamber or compartment used for cooking, baking, heating, or drying. A. Chiller. B. Oven. C. Microwave oven. Or letter D. Refrigerator. You have your 5 seconds. Wonderful. The correct answer is letter B. Oven. Going back, equipment number 2. The question for equipment number 2 is, a handheld mixer usually comes with various attachments, including a whisk attachment for whisking cream, butters, and egg whites, and sugar. A. Electric mixer. B. Juicer. C. Grills. Or letter D. Microwave oven. For 5 seconds. Oh, that is letter A. Electric mixer. Perfect. I hope you got perfect score on this review regarding the tools and equipment. Now, I am assured that you will be productive in your kitchen since you will work there. To start our discussion, I prepared a short activity entitled Tell Me, which is connected to our topic today. I want you to classify the following picture whether they are cereal or starch. I will give you 5 seconds to think for the right answer. You may type your answer in the comment section below. Okay? The question or the picture for number 1 is rice. You have your 5 seconds to think for the right answer. Timer starts now. Okay, time's up. The correct answer for that is cereal. Next number 2, cornstarch. You have your 5 seconds. Timer starts now. The correct answer is starch. Number 3, barley. For 5 seconds. Timer starts now. The correct answer is cereal. Last number 4, potato starch. You have your 5 second. Timer starts now. The correct answer is starch. Next, I think this is the last. Okay, that is sorghum for 5 seconds. And the correct answer is cereal. Okay, very good, my dear students. You got it? Before we proceed to our discussion, kindly help me to answer this. Given the meaning, let us complete the letters inside the box. Okay, what is inside the letters inside the box? Okay, the question or the statement is it is a white, tasteless, solid carbohydrate occurring in the form of minute granules in the seeds, tubers, and other parts of plants. The answer is starch. Next, it is any plant of the grass family yielding an edible grain as wheat, rye, oats, rice, and corn. What is the answer? The correct answer is cereal. Now, we already know the difference between starches from cereal. Let us deepen our understanding between these two. Thus, the most common sources of food starch are cereals, cereal grains such as corn, wheat, rice, as you can see in the picture, and sorghum and oats. Next is the legumes. Examples are mung beans, peanuts. Next is the snow peas and soybeans. Roots or tubers such as potato, sweet potato, arrowroot, and the tropical cassava. Let us now discuss the classification of starch. We have the natural starch, modified starch, and the purified starch. For the natural starch, it refers to the starches as originally derived from its plant source. For the modified starch, these are starches that have been altered physically or chemically to modify one or more of their chemical and physical property. Purified starch may be separated from grains and tubers by a process called wet milling. This procedure employs various techniques of grinding, screening, and centrifuging to separate the starch from fiber, oil, and protein. As you can see in the screen, the picture of the machine to purify starch. Starches are incredibly versatile ingredients to have on hand and are particularly useful both as thickeners and in gluten-free baking. Cornstarch is the most widely recognized, but for those looking for a corn alternative or corn alternate, we also have arrowroot starch, tapioca starch, and sweet white rice flour. Starches can also be used as a coating for frying as an alternative to wheat flour. Now, let us now discuss the functions and uses of starch as thickener, moisture retainer, gelling, stabilizer, coating, or ducting. Starch plays various roles in the food industry. A typical multitasker such as being thickener. Starch used as a thickening agent in making sauces, gravies, pie, fillings, and soup. Here is an example of thickener. The picture of gravy. Next is the moisture retainer. Starch uses as a moisture retainer for making cake filling and candies. Examples are cake rolls and cream fillings. So as you can see in the picture, next is being gelling. Starch uses as a gelling agent in making puddings and any kinds of kakanin. Examples are maha blanca and sapin-sapin. As you can see in the picture, next is stabilizer. Starch uses as a stabilizing agent in making beverages, syrup, and salad dressing. Examples are chocolate drinks, fruit drinks, and yogurt drinks. So as you can see in the picture, okay, next is coating or ducting. Starch uses in bread, confectionery, and pastries like pandesal, biscuit, candies, and espasol. So there is a picture here of candies. Okay, so cereals are usually starchy pods or grains. Cereal grains are the most important group of food crops in the world, named after the Roman goddess of the harvest, Ceres. Rice, wheat, and corn are the three most cultivated kinds of cereal in the world. Starch, on the other hand, exists in nature as the main component of cereals and tubers. Cereal is a grain that is used for food. Grain, especially whole grain, is very valuable and can contribute a great deal to our health. Cereal food is an excellent source of vitamin B1 or thiamine, vitamin B2, riboflavin, vitamin B3, niacin, and iron. Thus, cereals provide the body with carbohydrates, proteins, fat, vitamins, minerals, water, and cellulose. Let's see if you can apply or if we can apply what we've learned a while ago. You will be given 5 seconds to answer each number. Let me read the directions. Write T if the given food belongs to highly starch, rich food, and F if it is not. Write the answer in your activity notebook, or you may type in the comment section below. You will be given 5 seconds. Let's proceed. Number 1 is with bread for 5 seconds. Okay, time's up. If your answer is letter T, which means it belongs to highly starch, you are correct. Number 2, whole grain pasta. You have your 5 seconds. Okay, what do you think is the answer? If your answer is letter T, which means it belongs to highly starch, you are correct. Very good, learners. Let's proceed to question number 3, cake for 5 seconds. If your answer is F, which means it does not belong to highly starch, you are correct. Nice. Moving to number 4, beans for 5 seconds. If your answer is letter T, which means it belongs to highly starch, you are correct. Wonderful. Moving to the last number, number 5, pizza for 5 seconds. And the correct answer for number 5 is letter F. Congratulations. Excellent work, learners. Next is, what did you learn? In what other learning areas you can integrate our lesson? Yes, that is, as you can see in our board, that is science. Because we encountered cellulose, vitamins, and other plants that can produce starch, and the byproduct is cereals. We can also integrate our lesson, as you can see in the green board, or in our board, the statement from the Bible. It was stated there, what is left of the grain offering belongs to Aaron and his sons. It is the holiest part of the offerings to the Lord by fire. According to Leviticus chapter 22, Leviticus chapter 2, verse 3. I want you to explain what you've learned today by completing the following phrases. So let's see, what are those phrases? I know, I will apply, and I will share. For example, let me give mine. I know how to enumerate the sources, classifications, and functions of starch. So, as you can see in our board, my statement. Okay. So, next is the phrase, I will apply. I will apply how to classify cereals from starch as well as its examples. And I will share the importance of cereal and starch in food preparation. Now, it's your turn. We are near to the end part of our discussion. I prepare a short quiz. If you still remember the difference between cereal and starch, I will give you 5 seconds to think whether the following food products are cereal or starch. Let me read the directions. Write C if the answer is cereal, and S if it is starch. Write the answer in your activity notebook, You can also type your answer in the comment section below. Okay, so we have here barley, corn, potato, legumes, and for number 5, that is powdered starch. Let's answer, or we may now answer question number 1, barley, for 5 seconds. What do you think is the correct answer? The correct answer is letter C. This means barley belongs to cereal. Number 2, corn, for 5 seconds. The correct answer for number 2 is letter C. This means corn belongs to cereal. Then you are correct. Number 3, potato, for 5 seconds. Okay, the correct answer for number 3 is letter S, which means potato belongs to the classification of natural starch. It is a starchy food that comes from the ground. If your answer is S, then you are correct. Number 4, legumes, for 5 seconds. Okay, number 4 is legumes like peanuts, mung beans, and snow peas. So the correct answer, as you can see, is letter S. Moving on to the last number, number 5, powdered starch, for 5 seconds. Time's up. The correct answer is letter S. Powdered starch, classified as starch because it belongs to the classification of purified starch. If your answer is S, then you are correct. Congratulations, learners, for a job well done. I am pretty sure you had a perfect score in our quiz. For your assignment, open the link and watch the video about the starch and cereals by Mylene L. Poliganga. There is a link there, and you can also see that link in your module. So I want you to write a short paragraph on the importance of cereals and starch in food preparation based on the link that you've visited. So here is the rubric that you can see in your module also, and it serves as our guide. Your TLE teacher will assess your work. And don't hesitate to ask questions to your TLE teacher during your follow-up discussion to clarify your concern. How did you find our lesson today? Uh, Amazing? Eh, Exciting? What part of the lesson did you enjoy the most? Great. You enjoyed the game as well as the discussion. Remember that every learning must be applied in real life situations so that there is no reason to stop learning. Because I believe that anuman ang sitwasyon, tuloy ang edukasyon. Once again, I'm Mr. Roque from Disiplina Village, Bignay National High School. See you next time. Terrific to us. Bye!